Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the PI Guy Saturday morning live stream on this super chilly Saturday morning. At least it's very cold here. It is about 12 degrees below zero right now where we're at. So, for all my friends and accomplices out there doing surveillance today, man, stay safe, stay warm, do whatever you have to do to stay safe out there. What's the weather like where you're at? I'd love to know where it's warm and where it's cold and everything like that. I know 12 below zero is pretty darn cold. And it's even going to get colder. I think Tuesday's low is supposed to be like minus 27. But then it's going to warm back up. It'll be 30s next week. It'll be 40s. We'll forget about it. That's the beauty of the weather here in colorful Colorado. So if you have questions for me, hop down in the chat and let me know what they are. I will try to get to as many questions as I can today. As well, if you're watching this post after the live, you can put your questions and comments of any of my videos, and I will try to get to those in a future live stream as well. So we're going to hop right in really quick here. And our first question is from James. He was watching the video, Private Investigator Reveals Process Server Secrets, Sneaky Secret Tips for Process Servers. How do I start my own process server business where I hire process servers? And what James is talking about in that video, I talk about one, how to do process serving and things like that. But one of the things that I do, I have a process serve company alongside of my PI business as well. And I do some of the process serving myself, but I subcontract a lot of individuals to do that work as well. And he's wanting to know, how does he start one where he can hire his own process servers? Well, first, there's a lot of intricacies involved in there. So I'm not sure where you're at, James, but if you're licensed or registered in your state, if it requires it, then that's great. If not, you need to find out if your state requires any kind of licensing, registration, certification, anything like that for process servers in your state. And of course, get that. Of course, you're also going to need to figure out how to start up a business. I'm not sure if you have a business or not, but your state is going to have certain steps that you're going to have to take to start your business, and you might need special licensing for that. Your city may require something, your county may require something, so you need to check into all of that. And you might check out my Business Basics for Private Investigators book or the training that I have. You can get it at my website there, freeprivateinvestigatortraining.com. I know it's focused on private investigations, but starting up businesses in the legal industry are all kind of similar, so that might help a little bit as well. But once you get all started, what I would suggest that you need to do is get involved with your state process server association and probably your state PI association. And so, you can start going to their meetings, networking, and finding some process servers that are looking for subcontract work. That you'd be able to send them work. That's going to be really key. Go on Google, just do a search for your state Process Server Association, your state Private Investigator Association. For instance, here in Colorado, if you do that, you're going to come up with PPIC, Professional Private Investigators Association of Colorado, of which I am a member. Also PASACO, which is the Process Servers Association of Colorado, which I am also a member. And a lot of times, those state process server associations will have training on how to do process serving and get you certified and things like that. And when you hire people, if you hire just brand new people off the street, you could do that too. When I first got started, I did a lot of I'll put something out on Craigslist or something that I'm looking for a process server, no experience necessary. And then I can meet with the person, give them the general rundowns of how to do it and stuff. And if I think it's going to work, then I'll send them over to the PASACO training so they can get all of that certified training to know how to deal with a lot of the difficult situations. As far as pricing on that, you're really going to have to be cognizant of how you price everything, because one of the problems that you will find when you're trying to resource the work out and hire subcontractors to do it is that you may not have very much margin in there if you're trying to be the lowest paid guy out there. For instance, here, there's still process servers around here that are dropping papers for 45, 55 bucks an hour. If I try to compete with that, I cannot subcontract that work out. If I'm trying to do it all myself, I can, but then I'm working on the bulk situation. My business plan for my process serve company is we offer a premium quality product at a competitive price. I know I'm the highest priced guy in my market, but I have to have that in there so I can pay my subcontractors a decent wage as well. I know there's people out there that are paying subcontract process servers 15 bucks, 20 bucks a paper and trying to get them to do it in bulk. Well, if you go out and do 10 papers a day, then that's 200 bucks or 150 bucks. But that will really end up leading to a lot of burnout for them too. So you really need to make sure that you put together a good plan of what you're going to charge and what you're going to pay people and how you're going to pay them. And you're also going to probably need to have an agreement with them, a subcontractor's agreement with them as well. Make sure you get a W-9 from them. They're going to be 1099 employees, subcontract employees. You're going to have to send them 1099s every year about this time of the year. I just did that this week. I got 1099s out to all of my subcontractors. So there's a lot in there. I hope that helps, James. I see a lot of people hopping in. If you have questions, hop down in the chat and let me know, and I will try to get to as many as I can. Our next question is from LD 6411. LD was watching the video Unraveling the Mystery. Is police experience really crucial to becoming a PI? And LD asks a very good question. Says, I'm curious, is there work for PIs anymore with the economy? And I know in some areas the economy is doing okay, and in some areas the economy is slowing down. Excuse me. But from my experience, LD, when the economy slows down in this business, it can pick up. I've been doing this since 2008, so I've got a few years in there. I've seen a few downticks in economy along the line, including the recession that we had not too long ago. And from my experience, when the economy goes down, the business picks up because there's a lot more people getting sued. People are more apt to go after the money, to sue people. When money gets tight at home, there's a lot of divorces. There's different things like that. So from my experience, yes, there is plenty of work out there. And even like right now, generally November, December, January, February are my slowest months. I have been busier this fall and this winter than I have in many years. And it just keeps getting busier and busier and busier. So yes, I do believe that there is plenty of work out there. One of the big things when the economy starts going down is don't stop your advertising and marketing efforts. In fact, that might be time to start pushing more. That's the first thing people really look at when the economy starts to slow down. They start looking at all their expenses and they say, well, maybe I need to cut back on things, and they will cut back on advertising and marketing. And that is the most detrimental thing that you can do for just about any business. You want to continue doing that. You want to get out there and you want to be networking, get involved with your state PI association and things like that. So I hope that helps there, LD. See a lot more people hopping in. Go ahead and let me know your questions down in the chat below. Monty and Mia, good morning, PI guy. I'm a new CC intern in Florida. Your videos have been very helpful to me. No questions, just thank you for what you're doing. Thank you so much, Monty. I really appreciate that. I'm just trying to get the word out and get some education out there for everyone. When I first got started in this business, I didn't have any of that. There wasn't a whole lot out there, and not many people were willing to give away the secrets. And trust me, they're not really that big of secrets out there. A lot of it's just common sense. Wheezy says, good morning, John. I would like to do surveillance for the hospital. Do I need a team to work with me, or can I do this myself? I'm not sure, Wheezy, what you mean by surveillance for the hospital. So I'm not 100% sure how to answer that. Generally, if you're talking about surveillance in the hospital, like for security or something like that, you're probably going to need to do have some kind of a team or something like that. But I'm not 100% sure where you're going with that. And you also asked, do you recommend any lightweight binoculars? I don't have any lightweight ones, just the regular ones I have up on my website, freeprivateinvestigatortraining.com. You can go there and go to the PI gear section and surveillance. I have some up there, but I don't really have any what would be called lightweight ones. So I would say just do a little research, maybe even get on YouTube and search for lightweight binoculars. That might help there too, Wheezy. So if you have any questions, hop down in the chat and let me know. Our next question is from Chung King. He was watching the video, how hard can bug sweeps really be? Sorry, folks, I got a little tickle in there. I'm still trying to get over this cold. It takes me 2 or 3 weeks to get over a cold, it seems like, with my age anymore. Don't buy any bug sweep equipment until you watch this video. This is my biggest video on the channel. If you haven't seen it before, check it out. It goes through all of the bug sweep equipment we use. It compares it to the cheap stuff you can buy online. And it goes through a whole lot of things, about some of the history of bug sweeps and different things like that. Chung King is asking, is there a free app that I can use? There's probably something in there in an app that you could use, Chung King, but whether it's worth it, that's going to be the question. I'm trying to be nice with my words here. From my experience, I have looked at some that say that they can look for bugs, Wi-Fi detectors, and also the camera lens detector apps and stuff like that. From my experience, they don't work very good at all. First of all, when you use your cell phone to try to find bugs out there, try to find, as an RF detector, you have to remember your cell phone, the programming in it is designed to look for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and that's it. So if a bug is sitting in any kind of a RF radio frequency area that's not in those ranges, it's not going to be able to find it. So with the equipment that I use, the professional equipment that I use that you'll see in that video, I'm going from 15 hertz. The Andre goes from like 15 hertz up to 16 gigahertz. Trust me, your cell phone can't look at all that range. So you're looking at a very limited range of what you can see with your phone. And the ones that I've looked at that are supposed to be sort of like the Pro Spy Finder lens finder for looking for hidden camera lenses, I had horrible luck with those. I never got anywhere when I tried to use those. So there's probably some out there. I wouldn't recommend them. If you're looking for some inexpensive things to be able to go out and do bug sweeps, again, go to my website, freeprivateinvestigatortraining.com. Right there is the link for it. It's not a link, but the banner for it. You can go there and go to my gear and go to the bug sweep section, and I have a lot of personal space type of devices there that aren't for the pros. Are they as good as something like the Andre from REI? No, they're nothing like that, but they will help you a whole lot more than any free apps out there. I can guarantee you that. Wheezy asks, the hospital has PIs working for them for workman comp cases. I wanted to register my business with them, but I'm worried they might give me too much work. From my experience, and I didn't know hospitals do that, maybe they do in your area, with usually that's going to be the insurance company that's going to give out the workers' comp stuff. Like here in Colorado, our biggest workers' comp company is Pinnacle Assurance. But when you go out to get on them, you're going to have to get on the vendor list. And one of the things when you sign up for the vendor list, you're going to have to go through a whole process, and it's going to depend on what they have. But one of the things they're going to ask you how many cases you can take. And they're going to hold you to what you say you can do. If you say you can take 20 cases a month, then you better be able to take 20 cases a month. If you say you can take 5, then expect to get 5. And there's a whole process that they go through. From my experience, they usually want people that can handle more versus less. So if you can only handle 5 cases a month, you're probably not going to get on their vendor list. And I had a video at one time about how to get on those insurance companies vendors list, and there's a whole other thing besides just the insurance companies. There's other people that you can go after to get that type of work, but usually they're going to ask you how many you can do, and they're going to expect you to do whatever you say that you can do. Now that's going to be an average. Now if you say I can do 20 a month, you might get 40 one month and 10 the next month and 30 the next month, something like that. That's all going to depend on the flow that's coming in, but they usually try to balance that out. But make sure that you're honest with them and you're able to do it. And usually with them too, they're going to have a set rate that they pay. You don't get to tell them what you're going to charge. They're going to pay you $85 an hour. It's usually going to be flat rate, so it's going to be for 8 hours in the field. It's not going to count for report time and video time and drive time and mileage and any of that stuff. From my experience, that's what I've seen. So that's things that you need to take into consideration as well, too, Weezy. So I hope that helps. Sam C says, would love to do some cases in the U.S. I'm British, but work in Spain, Mallorca, and Ibiza. Working in the English language would be insane. Yeah, the English language, I have a difficult time with it too. I was born learning how to speak that. Anyway, yeah, it would be difficult for you if you're in another country because each one of our states has licensing. So if you're going to work in California, you have to have a California license. If you're going to work in Texas, you have to have a Texas license. So that would be one of the things, Sam, that you'd have to keep in mind is that if you're working here, you'd have to be licensed wherever you're going to be working. And Colton Grundy says, good morning, PI Guy. Thanks for all the valuable info. Thank you so much, Colton. Glad that I can be of assistance for you guys. And Cindy says, sorry to ask, but where do you find these vendor lists? And if you go into my channel and search for workers' comp, I believe you'll come up with a video. And if I think about it next Saturday, I will try to have that up on the screen, but I have a video that talks about how you can go about all of that process. So I don't have it all at the top of my head right now. I don't have a lot at the top of my head right now, but hopefully that helps out. Let's move on. If you have any other questions, go ahead and hop in the chat down below and let me know. Our next question is from DJ Marvin. DJ was watching The Secrets to Higher Rates, Setting Hourly Rates as a Private Investigator. Says, can I take this course online? And what DJ is talking about is, let me pop it up here. If you go to my PI Guy page, freeprivateinvestigatortraining.com, I believe he was talking about, if you go to my books, there's all my books, and I believe I was referencing the Business Basics for Private Investigators book in that video. And there's also the Marketing Basics and the Sales Basics as well, the contracts there too. And you can, if you go over here to my advanced training, I have a couple of advanced training and I'm working on some more ones, but I have an introduction to TSCM, and then I have the essential business basics for private investigators. And this course right here pretty much covers what a lot of the business basics and the marketing basics covers, a little bit of the sales basics. So you might go in and check those out and see. I know if you go to the link here, yes, I still have my 50% off coupon, so you can use this coupon when you sign up and you get 50% off the price, and you can get all of the information about the course in there as well. So hopefully that helps a little bit there. Again, if you have any questions, hop down in the channel down below and let me know. One more question here. Trom Luke was watching again that recent video, Unraveling the Mystery, is police experience really crucial to becoming a PI. Trom says, I've recently found that a local college, excuse me folks, Nova, and I believe what he's talking about is Northern Virginia Community College, has a semester-long program for PI work and getting the license. I'm still new to all of this, me too. Okay, not really, but But it seems like the right job for me, and I was wondering if you would think this is a good route to go. And I actually pulled that up, and I'll share that with everybody here. This was their course, the Nova College course on private investigators, and I wanted to take a look at it. And it says here that it instructs the student in investigative techniques, criminal law and procedure, rules of evidence, the techniques and mechanics of arrest, and it meets the state certification requirements for private investigator licensing. That is huge. That is really huge. I wish every community college had something like this. The lectures are 4 hours a week. That's a minimal investment. The purpose of this course is to provide the student with necessary information regarding basic investigative techniques, arrest procedures, criminal law to meet state requirements for private investigation licensing. Going down again. Upon completion of this course, the student should be able to do all these things, and the first thing is meet the state requirements for a private investigator's license. And that is huge, folks. If you can get some kind of training like that, where you can, I don't know what the cost is, I didn't look at that, but in most community colleges, their courses aren't all that expensive. I would say it's definitely worth getting involved in it, especially if it's going to help you get your license. Now, it's probably not going to get you your license. You're still going to have to apply to the state, and you're going to have to take the tests and whatever. But that is huge. If you can get something like that that's going to help you get that state license, that is really big. And now it's not going to teach you how to go out and do surveillance. It's not going to necessarily teach you how to interview, but it's going to teach you the different types of interview techniques and stuff like that. But it's going to get you in the door. That's going to give you a hands up over other people, because not only will you have your license when you get down or be able to go out and get your license, but you'll have that education. So when you're looking to get that work, when you're talking to attorneys or other PIs or clients, you can say, I have this certification. So I think that's an excellent opportunity. And I would suggest for anybody out there that's trying to become a PI, check with your local college and see if they have any classes directly related to PI, or even just some criminal justice courses. That will help a whole lot there too. And of course, contact your state PI association, see what training that they can provide for you as well. So that is all the questions that I have. Lance, the PI, says good morning. Good morning to you too. That's all the questions I have. So I will be back next Saturday. If you have any questions, you can hop down in the chat of my live stream next Saturday, or in the comments of any of my videos, and you can put that in there and I will try to get to them. And you guys have a great weekend. Hopefully, if you're off on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, enjoy that time off. And if you're here in Colorado, try to stay warm. It is still 12 below zero out there. We've got a high of 1 degree today, so it's going to be very cold here for a while. So I'll see you all next weekend. Thank you.